I was looking for anchored and didn't even know I was looking for anchored. I found the experience a way that I was able to apply a lot of what I was learning over the last few years. I was searching for some sort of like application of this growth and healing that I wanted to embark on and didn't quite know how to make that happen. So in Anchor, not only did I experience the direction of how I could do that, of course, how it fit for me and how it worked for me, but some offerings of how I could do that. But also, I experienced that in this little anchored familia. So we had this container in this community where I was able to progress on that journey then in a really practical way, surrounded by others that were going through similar but not the same journeys, all led by Vic, but really each of us being able to honor like our independent path, which was just really, really powerful to do it the way I needed to in the time and space that I was making within Anchored. Anchored is just different in that there's so many little pieces that come together to make it all integrate. It's structured really well in that one, it's just very well organized. So it's very accessible, right? Like your brain has an entry point at any point because it's just set up very well. And also, it's all just so thoughtful. Like, how do the somatics relate to the thought work? And the thought work relates to the breath work. And then the coaching calls integrate that. And then sometimes the homework is to explore one of those other pieces after a coaching call and think, now take this into journaling or take this into movement or take this into a somatic practice. The way that all of those pieces fit together is, again, what's just super unique about Anchor that I haven't seen anywhere else. I've seen great content somewhere, I've had excellent therapists, but this combination of all these different pieces and the coaching bringing the uniqueness to it that is coaching, specific to what you're bringing that day and what you need that day, are very, very unique to any other program or approach that I've seen in the past. The way that the program is structured, especially with the content being bite sized, I could take an hour and engage for an hour very easily, but I also could take like 8 minutes and engage in one audio clip or one somatic practice. And in my life, that really worked for me. I had no guilt about what I could commit. And sometimes having a 10-minute access point made the difference between me doing the work or not doing the work. So I really appreciated that Vic provided flexibility in how you could access from day to day and week to week. The somatics were so powerful and something that I still am learning more about. That got a lot of my stuff out of my head and into what it felt like in my body. And, that wasn't like all good or all bad. It was just like a different experience. Like, how do I embody these feelings that I have? Or how do I recognize what it feels like physically when something goes really well, or when I feel really confident, or when I have a win with a client, right? And then how do I transfer that to something else? None of that was in my practice before because everything was just up here. I so often just thought from like the head up, and Anchor taught me so many other ways to say, this isn't working, get out of your head. What could you try today? Let's try a somatic practice, or let's try a self-care practice, or let's get into your journal, or let's revisit what you wrote last week in your journal. And those options made things sustainable for me. Now this is all in my practice instead of feeling like I only ever turn inward when things are terrible. This is just like the way my practice, the way I live now. Knowing that Vic and Anchored aren't offering some like approach. There's no like quick fix. There's no like formula. It doesn't work. It's not real. I think sometimes we're drawn to like a quick fix or like this system for 3 easy payments of, it's a bit of our society. It's a little bit of capitalism, a little bit of patriarchy, a little bit of, and there's just none of that. So to really be able to show up wherever you are, however you are, and say, this is what I'm desiring, this is where I'm trying to move or shift or come into, and have this space in a way that Vic has designed with all the really intentional pieces around it to say, this is a space where you can do that, is just really, really unique. And unlike any other format I've seen someone else offer. And for me, that was just what made the difference and made the time and financial investment 100% worth it.